The fight is going to go on anyway. It's going to happen anyway. So, what do you rather do? Do you rather accept the fight and lay down and curl up in a ball, hoping not to get hurt bad in this fight? Or do you prefer to roll up your sleeve and get into the fight and be victorious in the fight? Because the fight is going to go on anyway. It's something what has been written. It's going to happen. You know, I've got dogs. I've got dogs. And I had a dog what was a puppy. Charlie, he was like a puppy. He was a puppy. But this dog, when I should take him out, he used to be always putting his leg up and peeing on the wall. And I thought to myself, I never given him much water that day for him to pee so much. But when I did my research told me that Charlie, my little puppy, from a young age was marking, I don't know if you hear what I'm saying, marking up his territory. And when I looked on his history, his dad was a champion, his mother was a champion, his grandmother was a champion, his grandfather was a champion, his auntie, his uncles were all champions. So I realized that when I was walking with this little puppy who was marking up his territory, he knew that he came from a bloodline of champions. And he was going to carry on the work of being a champion. So when people used to tell me saying they want £400 for him, £500, even if they want £2,000 for him, I wouldn't complain in giving the money because I know I'm walking with a champion. I don't feel what I'm saying. And you see, the fight is going to go on anyway. I know you are a man of God. You believe in God. You pray to God like a Muslim 5 times a day. And you're a peacemaker. And you're a lover, not a fighter. But can I suggest to you that the fight is going to go on anyway? Whether you're a peacemaker, whether you're a peace lover, the fight is going to go on anyway. And you have 2 choices, my friend. To curl up, number 1, to curl up like a ball and get beaten up. Or to stand up and roll your sleeves and get in the fight and be the victorious one from that fight. Because the fight's going to go on anyway. It's going to go on anyway. Life is not the way me and you want it all the time. Life has ups and downs. Lives have challenges. Life is sometimes your best friend, sometimes your worstest friend. This is life. But God has gave us the ability, and he did warn us in the book of life to say that trials and tribulations shall come. Who am I talking to today? But I made you an overcomer in not one situation that comes, but in all situations that come. And when you are pushed in the corner, I am Jehovah, and I shall protect you and walk with you and be your counselor. That's who I am to you. So I remember going to school, listening to my mum. She told me to learn the golden rule. My mum dressed me up in white milky shirts. My shirt was so clean, brand new blazer, brand new trousers. My shoes were shining, they were brand new. I looked like a millionaire walking down the road when I first started my school. And my mum told me to learn the golden rule, to fold my arms, to listen to the teacher. You know what I'm saying? Be good at school. And every young child that wants to please their mum. You know what I'm saying? You please your mum might buy you a present. You please your mum will say, good son. Your mum will show love to you. So every young child wants to please their mum. So I went to school with the intention to please my mum, to listen to what the teacher says, to be a good boy at school. But I noticed that other children who were at school, they gave me a look like to say, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you. Who do you think you are? Prince Charles or somebody? You know what I'm saying? Because I look so fresh, I look so clean. My tie was done up nice. Everything was brand new. But when I looked on the other children, I noticed that they didn't look as cool. They didn't look so good as I did look. You could tell that some of them were wearing second-hand shirts, second-hand blazers, second-hand shoes, because they had single parents, just like my mum was a single parent. But the difference is that my mum had principles to say that, you know, we might not have enough money, but we're not that poor, son. We're not that poor that we have to go to the second-hand shop to buy something what someone has worn on their back before. You know what I'm saying? My mum didn't believe in that, buying second-hand clothes. And some people do, you know, and I'm not coming against you. If you do, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? If it works for you, it works for you. But I'm just saying how my life was. My mum had some principles. Never go to the second-hand shop. It's not our portion. You know what I'm saying? We deal with brand new. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I went to school now, and I noticed that even though what my mum said, I noticed that I would have to add another story to what my mum said, because I realized from that day I would have to learn how to fight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was a lover. I was a caring person. I was a peacemaker, not a fighter. But my school was a school where it had a reputation. You know what I'm saying? A reputation. You know, my mum tried to put me in other schools, but there was none vacancies at the time, so that was the only opportunity. That was the only school at the time. I was a young kid and I had to go to school. You know, so when I went to school now, you know, I'm doing my work and everything like that. You know, but I noticed there was a school bully in the classroom, and his name was Chubbs. Chubbs is a friend of mine today. You know what I'm saying? God bless him. I don't know where he is. You know, the last time he was in prison. I hope he's still alive. I hope that he's changed his life. And I hope that he has God in his life. You know, I wish the best for him. I ain't seen him for a good 7 years. But the last time I seen him, he was in prison. Doing 8 years. But Chubbs was a kind of person, he was rough. He looked so rough. His blazer, his school blazer looked like it was, you know, the second hand shop. In other words, it looked like so much people did wear that jacket what he had on before he got it on his back. You know what I'm saying? He looked rough, his clothes was dirty. His shirt supposed to be white, but his shirt was black. You know what I'm saying? This guy was a rough guy. You know what I'm saying? And the way he used to screw up his face, it looked like a back of a bus. You know, that's how Chubbs did look. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was a school bully. He used to go around, you know, as, you know, lunchtime, when guys used to buy their hot dogs and they're talking, you know, they're talking with each other, just ready to take a bite of their own hot dog. Before they pull it to their mouth, they pull it to their mouth and Chubbs will come along, grab it from their mouth and eat it in front of them. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. It's not funny, but this is what he used to do. You know what I'm saying? And looking back at it, it made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? But this is what Chubbs used to do. He used to go in people's pockets and take out their lunch money, what their mum or dad gave them. You know, there was tags what used to be behind our ties, and if you take off that tag and you go to a specific shop, you can sell that tag for £2, and £2 those days was a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you collect about 20 of them. And Chubbs had about 40 of them because he used to go around everyone and physically take it off them. That's how he used to make his money. But I realized that there was two giants in the classroom, and Chubbs was one of them, and I was the next one. I was the next giant, the biggest guys in the classroom. It was me and Chubbs, and I noticed that Chubbs was going around the classroom and starting trouble on everyone, and it came to a time now that he tried trouble on everyone except for me. So I knew that this day was coming, that me and Chubbs is gonna collide together one day. When you just know that fight is coming, you know that fight is coming, and there's nothing you can do about it except and know that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? If you want to crawl up in a ball and get beaten up, well, that's your business. You can do that. Or if you want to roll up your sleeves, that's another thing to do. It's up to you. You got your own choice. So anyway, I noticed that, he was kind of trying to start trouble on me. So, I respect my mum. And normally my mum's right. So I went back to my mum. I said to my mum, this guy at school is trying to start trouble on me. And my mum said, just ignore him. So I went back to school. I just ignored him, but that didn't seem like it was working. You know what I'm saying? So I come back to my mum. I said, Mum, listen, this guy's starting trouble on me. She says, tell the teacher. So I went and told the teacher. I ain't no snitch, but you know what? I went and told the teacher, and I noticed that the teacher was more scared of him, scared of Chubbs, than I was scared of him. So that didn't work because the teachers were scared of him. You know what I'm saying? They would do anything to not confront him, even if they know that he's a bully in a classroom. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? I had enough of this. You know what I'm saying? I had enough of this. Who is he to go around bullying people? But I remember going back home and my dad, he didn't used to come around too often, but when he came round, I was kind of excited to see him. And I remember my mum discussing with my dad and saying to my dad that, Nathan is getting in a bit of trouble at school. This school bully is trying to bully him. And I remember my dad looked at me and spoke with a deep voice, looked at me in my eyes, and said that if any man puts their hands on you in the wrong way, make sure that's the last thing that man does to you. Make sure. And that's all my dad said that day. And the way I took that, the way I received that is that, you know what? It's time to roll up my sleeves. It's time to roll up my sleeves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the classroom now and I'm doing my work. I'm doing my work in front of a teacher. All I'm trying to do, I'm just that innocent kid. You know that innocent kid who doesn't know about none trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm just innocent. You know what I'm saying? I was under my mum's wings for a long time. And now I'm exposed to school and I'm, growing up in life. You know what I'm saying? I was that kind of person. Kind person. Caring person. Just the way I am now. You know what I'm saying? But I was doing my work, and next thing you know, I felt a rubber hit my head, right, my temple, right there. And imagine you're doing your work and you just felt a rubber hit you there. And I looked up and I see that it was Chubbs, the school bully. You know what I'm saying? He chucked the rubber. You know what I'm saying? And when he done that, I looked at him, and then I just put my head down in my books. Nah. Shall I tell you what really happened? When that rubber hit my head, bruv, I got so angry that I got up and I picked up the tables around me and threw the tables around the classroom and charged at this guy called Chubbs, the school bully. I charged at him so fast and I sparked him out. That's what I done. I knocked him on the floor. And I never know how strong I was at that time, because that was like my first fight. You know what I'm saying? My first fight. And even though my mum told me a story and said to me that, listen to the teacher, learn the golden rule and everything be alright. I really believed in what my mum said, but I knew that things was just about to change. I had to add a new story to what my mum said, and this is what happens in life. In life, you got a set way of how your story's gonna go. But, it doesn't go all the time the way you want it to go. You know what I'm saying? And from that day, I noticed that the atmosphere changed in the classroom. I noticed that when I asked another kid in the classroom for something, oh, have you got a spare pen? Or have you got a spare ruler? I noticed the kids saying, oh, yes, Nathan, yeah, do you want a rubber as well? And do you want this pen? This is my best pen, Nathan. You can use this one if you want to. And I'm thinking to myself, why are these kids being so kind to me after I've had the fight? Why are they so kind to me? You know what I'm saying? And, when it comes to lunchtime, I noticed that everyone from the classroom used to always be around me. And I'm thinking, you want to hang around with me, do you? You know what I'm saying? And one of them came up to me and says that, Nathan, you know what's happened now, don't you? And I said, no, what happened? He says that your class has the best fighter now. Your class has the top dog now. You know what I'm saying? And I said, am I? And my tie was tight around my neck. And I said, yes, I am. And I undone my tie, loosen up my tie. You know what I'm saying? Change my uniform a bit. Until there was a time I didn't even wear none tie. I used to come home and my mum used to say, where's your tie, Nathan? I said, yeah, mum, I left it in my bag. You know what I'm saying? But really, I didn't even wear no more tie to school. My life changed because I realized that even though I didn't want to fight, even though I didn't believe in fighting and I wasn't used to that kind of life, I knew that the fight was going to go on anyway. And when you get a reputation in the school or in the area, in the postcode where you live, there's always another person who wants to challenge you. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. So that one fight what I had with Chubbs opened up doors for many more fights. And that's all I knew how to do was fight in school. Fight and become the victorious one. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I never crawl in a ball and say, oh, you could hit me first and then I hit you. You know what I'm saying? Or you can have my money, what my mum gave me. Because I don't want no trouble. I'm a peaceful guy. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You could be a lover and not a fighter, but guess what, my friend? The fight is on anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God. And I don't believe in fighting. You're going to fight anyway. The fight is on anyway. Whether you're a man of God or not, the fight of life is on anyway. Yeah, but God will protect me. He said, 1,000 will fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand, but it shall not come near me. I will only observe the punishment of the wicked. I said, yeah, that's so true. 1,000 will fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand. But guess what? After all that is said and done, and it is true, get ready to roll up your sleeves because the fight is on you. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. You see, life is not how we want it to be. But the comfort we have in life from the living God, it says that I will be with you in the valley of the shadow of death, you know, and I will carry you, and I will go before you and clear your path. But this don't mean that you can't. Yeah, this don't mean that you don't. I mean, you're not gonna fight. This don't mean that you're gonna avoid every fight. This don't mean that you're gonna get away from a fight. Sometimes a fight has got your name tagged on it. You know what I'm saying? My desire wasn't to go to the worst school in London. That wasn't my desire. You know what I'm saying? My mother tried to get me into other schools, but there was none vacancy. So at that time, that was the only school what was open for me. You know, and as a child, and I had to go to school. My desire wasn't to fight, but I met a bully who thought that he could bully me. So I could have said, please, please don't trouble me. You know what I'm saying? And give him my pocket money and give him my hot dogs. But do you think that's going to solve the problem? No. What it does for a bully, they look at you as easy target and they come back to you. You know what I'm saying? And from then the school, it spilled out on the streets. Gangs and different gangs, you know what I'm saying, wanted to challenge me. And I wasn't curling up like a ball. I rolled up my sleeve each time and I fight. The coronavirus has come upon us, and none of us had a desire for this to come, but it is here anyway. And you can either lie down and shut up, or you can roll up your sleeve, because the fight is going on anyway, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And we have to know that life is beautiful, but also has challenges in it. And today, I would like to suggest to you that the fight is going to go on anyway, with you or without you. The fight of love, the fight of peace, the fight of killing all these viruses, you know what I'm saying, and helping each other and being care towards each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you're my brother and I'm my brother's keeper. Yes, I am, sir. Are you your brother's keeper? Yes, you are, sir. We owe it to each other to love each other and care for each other. Where I come from, it's all about postcodes, bruv. Where I come from, it's all about postcodes. You can't visit me in my area because you come from a certain postcode. I can't visit you in your area because you come from a certain postcode. Don't get catch slipping. Because getting catch slipping is, could take your own life. You know what I'm saying? Some of these gangs, they see you on your own and they jump on you like a bag of wolves. And they're not jumping with their fists. They got guns and they got knives. You have to learn how to fight. You have to learn how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And guys, all I'm saying to you is that no matter what, don't change your nature. Even though I changed my nature for a while, I undone my tie. The first day, if you see me the first day I went to school, and then in the year, that same year, when I had my challenges of fighting the school bully, I changed my attitude. My attitude had changed. My tie became loose until I stopped wearing ties. You know what I'm saying? I started wearing Tashini and Philia. You know what I'm saying? In those days, that was a lick. That was the way. Like my friend Wayne Fisher used to have Philia and Tashini. That's how we used to dress. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the fight is going on anyway. whether you like it or not. And some people say that, yeah, um, I don't hit first. You don't hit first. Sometimes you don't get a chance to hit after. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Nigel Benn and Michael Watson who had that fight. Before both of them men went into the ring, they were healthy, strong, great men. You know what I'm saying? But one of them came out, still that same type of man. But the other one came out with a brain damage and, you know, end up in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. That was Michael Watson. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in life, you ain't got no time to wait for someone to hit you first before you hit them back. I'm a man of God, so you got to hit me first before I hit you back. No. The first opportunity I see, and I know that me and you in a fight, and I know that the fight is going to go on anyway, regardless what I do, whether if I walk away, whether if I say to you, I'm sorry, you'll still want to fight me. If I know that to my heart, then the first opportunity I see to knock off your head block is what I would do. You know what I'm saying? And still be a Christian, still be a man of God, and actually praise God for the ability and the strength that He has given to me for me to knock off my enemy's head. Because from there, you are my enemy. You are my enemy. And if you're my enemy, I need to defend myself from my enemy. You know what I'm saying? That enemy doesn't come to play games. Enemy doesn't come to kiss and make up. Enemy comes to destroy you, to even sometimes take your life. So if you acknowledge what your enemy comes to do, you have to know what you're going to do to be to survive. You know what I'm saying? You know, the coronavirus, it doesn't come to love on you. It comes to kill and destroy you. It comes from the pits of hell. And we need to send it back where it belongs. You know what I'm saying? My desire wasn't to go to the worst school in London. No, that wasn't my desire. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It's a good thing that it happened. Because all things, who am I talking to today? All things work for your good. For those who love and believes in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And it all worked for my good. I had to go into the deep end to learn how to swim. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I had to go through someone trying to bully me for me to be a free man again. You know what I'm saying? And I have no regrets. I had no regrets of being violent on the streets of London. I had no regrets. Because to me, that was survival. I was in survival mode 24/7. People used to say that I was a leader for a gang. I don't really think so. But then looking back at it again, I think maybe I was. Maybe I was. But my gang was a good gang. My gang was a gang that didn't go out there troubling people. But if you trouble us, then you know about us. We were defenders. You know what I'm saying? And you can't blame a man for being a defender. A person who doesn't trouble no one, but when trouble comes, we defend and protect ourselves from that trouble. You can't blame a man for that. Who are you to blame a man for that? You know what I'm saying? So guys, I'm just telling you that, diseases will come and all these trials and tribulations will come on this earth. But we are in the fight and we need to roll up our sleeves and knock some heads off. God bless you guys. God bless you.